This exercise is going to build a lot of strength for your upper traps and neck muscles in their really shortened position, which honestly is not trained enough, because I think everybody's so worried that if we train up here, we will stay there, but that's not really how the body works. And we actually can build a lot of strength in these muscles in their shortened position, and they can actually tend to feel a lot better. So if you have chronic neck issues and tightness, this might be an exercise that you are missing. The goal here is to find a position where you can control and engage the muscles, but it's pretty challenging and might be borderline cramping. Cramping is okay to push into, just not to the point where we're getting a full-blown, really intense spasm. That's too much. So if you cramp, flirt with the edge of it, but don't push into it too much, and over time, your strength that you build should eliminate that completely. That will be signs of progress for you. So for this exercise, we're gonna set up with a seated position and a couple of yoga blocks to lift our elbows up or our shoulder blades up high. So in this position, I can think about starting with my shoulders elevated, and then all I'm trying to do is lift up a little bit more to lift my hands off the yoga blocks. So the key here is understanding your body awareness in general, having good body awareness, understanding your body a little bit, because I can do this movement and make it not very challenging, right? The way that we make it challenging when we're here is make sure that it is movement happening strictly from our shoulder blades. So you can stack stack yoga blocks here so that we can make sure that it is just one at a time, or you can do both together, but so that it is high enough. And then from here, you should be able to lift enough where you can feel all of these neck muscles really working, where we're lifting that shoulder up to our ear. And now we can feel like we are using just our shoulder blades instead of something else where we are able to compensate. So this is an option as well, or you can do both together in this position here. But the key is lifting and squeezing the shoulder blades up towards our ears, holding for 3 to 5 seconds, and parachuting back down. Now you can see that I have to force myself to stay in more of an elevated position. So the way to make this a little bit more challenging or easier is where your start position is. So if I start here, I can lift a lot. That's not my end range, this is my mid range. It's a little bit easier, which is fine if you're starting, but we want this to be an end range position, which is why I tend to like something like this a little bit more. So we're sitting, we're really close to these yoga blocks, and now I'm kind of forced into this elevated position. My torso is really upright, my neck is long. We want to avoid loading the neck this way, so keep your neck nice and long. And then from there, squeeze those muscles, lift and hold, and then parachute back down. There should be very minimal movement happening, but you should feel that these neck muscles are working a ton. And over time, you might be able to progress the position. So the position I just showed you is going to be really hard. The position that might be a little bit less hard would be something like this, where now we're here and we're lifting in this way. This would also be challenging for people. So if you want to make it a little bit easier, we can then go here and lift this way. And then even less challenging would be here, which again would be more of the normal range of motion. That might not be the end range, but you have to pick the position that works best for you in the moment. And then over time, you should be able to progress more towards your end range position, so you can gain a little bit more and more of your control of your full ranges of motion. So it can translate into feeling better in your neck, and then just having better strength in your shoulder blades, which should translate over into all of the different types of activities that you like to do with your neck and shoulders.